What's up? What's up? Hello orchid fans, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I've got a care collab video for you. I haven't done one of these in a while. They seem to kind of have quietened down a little bit, but I've got another one and it's a new one for me, so it's not an update for me, but I believe that this is an update video in general for the care collab, so I kind of joined a bit late, I think. Don't quote me on that though. So I will put the channels participating on the screen for you so that you can check them out and check their videos out. All these videos will be linked in the description below, so once you finish watching my video, if you still got time, feel free to go into my description and you can click on the links below and you will see the videos of the other channels. And we're all gonna talk about Dendrobium Berry Oda. So Dendrobium Berry Oda it's a hybrid dendrobium, and honestly, they're so easy to grow. Because it's a care collab video, a lot of channels will kind of talk about the same thing because, well, it's a care collab, so we're talking about the care of the plant. So things like perfect temperature and winter rest, all of that. I'm trying to put a bit of a spin on it so that I'm not talking about the same thing as all the other channels are talking about, just to mix it up a bit, just hopefully make it a bit more interesting. So what I'm gonna talk about is my plant in particular, how I'm caring for it, and how it's doing so far, and then we can follow it in the future updates and see how it goes. So basically, I got this orchid fairly recently. One of the orchid growers have gifted this orchid to me. Basically, he had some keikis of his mother plant, and once he kind of got them established well enough in his environment, he then just gifted them to other people, and I was lucky enough to jump on it early to get it, because free orchids, they go pretty quickly, so I was happy to get it. And I didn't know too much about this plant before I got it. I knew the blooms are amazing, I knew that they smell amazing, and that the plant is super vigorous and it grows really well, whatever you do to it basically. And that was one of the things why I didn't buy this plant, because they can get really big pretty quickly, and my limited space for growing orchids is kind of preventing me from getting these orchids that will just explode, and will triplicate in size every year, because soon I just won't have enough space to keep them. But when I saw this keiki, I thought, well, as a keiki, it's probably not gonna grow as fast as an adult plant. It's still gonna give me blooms, so and I can kind of grow it on, and that will kind of give me a little bit of time before it gets too big. So I got it. I was super happy with the size of the plant. I believe I got it in about September, October time last year, so that must be about 4 or 5 months ago. So when I got this plant, it had 3 canes, so it had those biggest 3 canes here, and yeah, it seemed super healthy. It had a massive root system, and we can see some of it on the side of the pot. It was super healthy, and soon after it bloomed as well. So I filmed the bloom alert video on this plant, and I will link it down below in the description as well if you're fancy checking it out. The show was actually pretty good. It's only 3 canes, right? And I don't think all of them bloomed, or maybe they have actually. So yeah, it was a pretty good show. One thing I have noticed, though, that it had no scent, which was a bit surprising in a way, because the grower that I got this from, he said that the mother plant, when it bloomed, it's fragrant. So, you know, you would expect a keiki blooming would have the same kind of properties, you know, the same, it would have the fragrance. So I think it could be a lot of different reasons why it's not fragrant. It could be that it's just too early, and the next time it blooms, it will be fragrant. It could be that the change of environment, you know, from the previous grower to my conditions just kind of stressed the plant out a bit, and it just wasn't able to bloom to its full potential. It could be a lot of things, and you know, I'm just gonna wait for the next blooming and see what it does and see if it gives me scents or not. So after those spikes finished blooming, it then started growing two new growths. So it's this one up here and then this one here as well. I know it's kind of in the middle of the whole plant, so that's the second growth. Hopefully that's easier to see. I had a third growth here, but as you can see, it just kind of dried off and aborted. So I've got two growths. I thought I'm gonna have three. I'm having two, which I'm happy about. I'm not complaining. It's more than enough. So I hope that these growths haven't finished growing yet. You can see they are a lot shorter than the rest of the canes, and actually it can get bigger than this. You know, it can grow taller canes than even this tallest one. So, you know, it is a cake at the end of the day, so it's obviously not grown to its full potential, so it's still got more to do. But yeah, I don't know, I mean, it doesn't really look like it's gonna wanna grow any more leaves, so then it means that the canes are also not gonna grow too much taller, which it's a bit weird. So I'm just trying to show you the crowns of those new growths to see, you know, if you can see something coming out. But yeah, just seems like that's it. So that's a bit weird. I don't know if it's because I'm probably not giving it enough water. So as you can see, I planted it in leca, and it's growing new roots, and they seem to be pretty healthy and nice. So I can see one grow tip up here, and you can see it's nice and green, so it's still growing. So yeah, I think that it's maybe not getting enough water. I thought, you know, with leca it's actually gonna get more than enough water, but I'm not adopting the full kind of semi-hydro method, so I don't keep it in a reservoir of water. As you can see, you know, this is just a normal plastic pot, and it's got holes at the bottom, so it means that, you know, I'm not keeping water in the pot for the plant to kind of get the water out of. What I do instead is I keep it on a tray, and I keep water in that tray, but the tray is quite shallow, so there is not really much water that, you know, it's got on the tray, and it kind of pulls that water out pretty quickly. And I think it's maybe that it maybe wants more water and also more nutrients, so more fertilizer. So I'm gonna try and bump it up. We're now you know, in March, so it's getting warmer, it's spring, so, you know, plants are kind of gonna pick it up, you know, pick up the growth, and will start doing more. So I will bump up the fertilizer as well, and this one is gonna get more fertilizer, and we'll see if that encourages it to do more, maybe grow more growths. You know, I don't know if there will be much that can be done with these tiny growths now. I think it's kind of a bit too late now. So yeah, you know, about a month ago even, I thought that it's pushing out additional spikes, but I actually can't see them. So they either kind of dried up and aborted, or, you know, they haven't really progressed anymore. I'm not too sure. Like, for example, I hope I will be able to show you, but between these two leaves on this biggest cane, let me see, maybe from this side, you can see you know, like almost a bud, or, you know, something starting in here. But it's been like that for quite a while, so I don't know, it's either aborted or it's just you know, it's just gonna sit like that until the next time it blooms. We'll see. So it's not really moving much. I'm pretty sure those small canes will bloom for me anyway, even though they are teeny tiny. I think they will still bloom, to be honest. So I think that is, you know, pretty much it in terms of my plant. I also haven't mentioned, in case you're new on my channel, I live in Scotland and I grow all my plants indoors, all my orchids indoors, because it's too cold outside even in the summer. So they are grown inside 100% of the time. I leave the window open in summers, you know, to get some fresh air in from time to time, but that's pretty much as they get in terms of outside, you know, world and fresh air. And I've got my LED lights on my shelves, and I've got fans on every shelf as well to kind of keep the air movement. I don't really use the air humidifier too much, but my humidity is around 50 to 60% on average. Can sometimes go up, you know, or down, but it's roughly about 50-60%. So that's the conditions I'm growing them in. The temperature, it's usually about from maybe 16 degrees and at night up to maybe 22, 25 maybe even degrees during the day. So that's kind of just the conditions they live in. And then, you know, then I kind of, my job is to water them and feed them, you know, appropriately. So yeah, that's how I grow them. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope, you know, it's, you know, kind of a bit laid back. I'm not gonna go into all these, you know, rules and instructions and things like that. But if you're interested in that, you know, feel free to check the other channels and their videos about berry odas. I'm sure they will be able to give you a lot more kind of instructions, if that's what, you know, what interests you and what helps you more. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that was useful in some way or shape or form. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!